Hello, it's Kinninigan. You're watching a film from 1939 that's been restored in 4K. And look, lesbians and black people, because it wasn't an issue in 1939. World War II was going on. Americans were very united. How the times have changed. So, yeah, I'm going to show you something interesting here. I spent some time getting these clips together. It wasn't easy. I played this song on a live stream before too. It's called the Lindy Hop. Yes, this is from 1939. I'm going to play 3 clips for you. 2 of them are made by the U.S. government as public service announcements, and one of them is a children's toy advertisement from 1964. In fact, one of the announcements from the government is from 1964. The first one is from the 1950s, and this is called, see, what happened after World War II, after the communist infiltration, subversion, started in the United States. First, they were putting out public service announcements on spotting the communists. Then in the 60s, it changes. Then they put out ones warning about the homosexuals. Very interesting. Oh, if you could support the channel. Look, in all honesty, even though these are films made for the U.S. government, where do you see the kids ad? The kids ad alone. You're going to lose it when I show you this kid's toy advertisement from 1964. How the times have changed. This could get me in trouble on YouTube, because it's obvious. Now, a lot of people are calling this current regime communist. I wouldn't say that necessarily. They're being used by communists would be the correct term, because there seems to have been a attack on the nuclear family also after World War II, going through the 60s with the rise of LSD, created by the CIA. They led the psychedelic movement, such as like the Grateful Dead and other psychedelic bands. Then the 70s came. That was the rise of disco and whatever else was going on. Then the 80s with the cocaine and the crack invasion and the rise of urban hip hop to destroy the urban nuclear family. Like I said, when I showed you this in the beginning, I was not joking. This in 1939 in the United States. Yes, this is 1939. Doing the Lindy Hop. You have black people here. Women dancing together. The reason the women are dancing together is because men were shy at this time. Look, but you have black girls here. Where's the racism? Oh, they don't tell you this in the mainstream media. Because like I said, this was during World War II when we were fighting real fascists. And there was a very big reality that the United States could come to an end. Especially if Hitler got a hold of nuclear weapons before we did, with the hydrogen bomb. I actually have to watch Oppenheimer. I heard it was a good movie. I haven't watched it yet. So yeah, if you can support the channel. Here goes the first public service announcement from the 1950s.
For propaganda is vastly more important in democratic societies.
In recognizing a communist, physical appearance counts for nothing. If he openly declares himself to be a communist, we take his
in
word
modern
for it.
times, you can identify them by physical appearance.
If a person consistently reads and advocates the views expressed in a communist publication,
all these people in the video here will
may
be
be a
called right-wing MAGA Nazis. Kind of funny.
if a person
Ironic how this
supports organizations which
propaganda
reflect
works.
communist teachings, or organizations labeled communist by the Department of Justice, she may be a communist.
Department of
If a
Justice.
person defends the activities of communist
I'm pretty
nations
sure
while consistently
Merrick Garland
attacking
was
the
born a
domestic and
woman. He
foreign
looks like
policy
an
of the
old
United
lady.
States, she may be a communist. If a person does all these things over a period of time, he must be a communist. But there are other communists who don't show their real faces, who work more silently.
By the early 19th
Yeah, communists who don't show their real faces. They work more silently. Then you got this. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but 1964.
Every large organization, like every big firm, every civil service department, the armed forces and so on, there must be hundreds, even thousands. If all the homosexuals were to leave their jobs simultaneously, the economy of the country would be thrown into something like chaos. In Britain alone, there are at least 1 million men and 1 million women who are homosexual. Now, for some reason, the law takes an entirely different attitude toward the two sexes in this matter. Between women, homosexuality is perfectly legal, but between men, it's a crime, rendering the offender liable to several years of imprisonment.
Hold
There
on,
are
wait.
only half a dozen.
So in 1964 Britain, lesbianism was legal, and between men, it was a crime. This is why I had to show you this clip. I never even heard of that. Like, what? Yeah, it was 1964, right? Austin Powers, Shagadelic. Yeah.
Countries in the world in which it is a crime, but for some reason Britain is one of them. So what's it
That's
like
my
then
allergies,
to be a
if
male
you hear me
homosexual in Britain
coughing
today,
there, that's-
whose only choice is between a lifetime of complete sexual abstinence or being a criminal?
Probably why I
Pretending
can't
the
play
whole
the whole
time.
clip. I'll start laughing and my wheezing. Yeah, that's my allergies. So anyway, I'm going to end the video with a children's, from the same exact year as the homosexual announcement. A children's toy gun commercial from 1964. You will not see shit like this anymore. What happened to our country? So if you could support the channel, all the links are in the description. I have PayPal, Cash App, Vemno. You can sign up to Patreon. I just had someone that just signed up. I'd like to thank them. You'll find videos and stuff on my Patreon that aren't on YouTube, and you'll understand why when you see them. So, thanks for the support again. Yeah, here goes the toy gun commercial from 1964.
Your squad is ready for you to lead them through. With Johnny 7 OMA, you charge. Fire grenade. Bullseye for Johnny 7. Watch out, tank. Fire anti-armor shell. Fire anti-tank rocket. Johnny 7's got him on the run. Johnny 7 fires bullets like a rifle. Fires like a Tommy gun. Now it's a cap-firing pistol. You've won with Johnny 7, the one-man army gun. It's 7 guns in one. Let's count them. 1 is a grenade launcher. 2 anti-armor gun. 3 anti-tank gun. 4 bullet-firing rifle. 5 Tommy gun. 6 anti-bunker gun. 7 cap-firing pistol. There's no other gun like it. To be sure, look for Johnny 7 OMA, the one-man army by Topper.
Now, I'm going to say something disturbing before I end the video. Sadly, this TV commercial in 1964, which you'll never see in modern times, this is preparing young kids for Vietnam. And obviously, we have the Korean War going on around this. So, yeah. Funny how that works, right? The agenda right now is obviously to disarm Americans because the communists want to take over. Or they're not really communists. They're something. They're much worse. Remember, in ancient times, you had pagans like Greeks and Romans, and then you had Sodom and Gomorrah, which God struck down. That's what they're trying to implement on Earth with the New World Order. Sodom and Gomorrah. Look at San Francisco. It's the headquarters of the Church of Satan. And in Babylonian Talmud, they talk about human excrement and Look at San Francisco. I don't think that's a coincidence. So anyway, if you could support the channel, I appreciate it. It's kind of funny how the propaganda and mind control and social engineering works through television commercials, even propaganda from our own government, like spotting communists and then the homosexuals. Then the 60s, getting kids ready for Vietnam because the baby boomers made too many kids. That's why in the 1950s, they were trying to reestablish the nuclear family because of all the young men that were killed in World War II. The United States corporation works for profit, and the more citizens we have, the more loans they could take out of the Federal Reserve. That's how British maritime and banking law works. So they had to repopulate. Now we're in debt, so they're trying to decrease the population and just default everything. That's the plan. That's what I think DEI and ESG is doing right now, intentionally bankrupting companies so BlackRock, well, the New World Order can shut them down, create a mega corporation like in a lot of futuristic sci-fi movies show that, the whole world being run by one corporation eventually. Mystosynchronism, they show it to you in movies all the time. Anyway, any questions or comments, leave them below. God bless and take care.